Hey, what's up, guys? I am Steven ruzkak. Have you ever wanted to invest in the stock market but don't know where to start? You don't know the mumbo jumbo of the stock market or investment, but you still want to have like a little side hustle or a passive income? Well, today I'm gonna make a video to break down the most common terms you're gonna see in the stock market if you want to start. But keep in mind, this video is for beginners. If you want to see more complex or advanced stuff, subscribe and click the little bell to be notified for the next videos that will come out in this tutorial series. And disclaimer, I am not a professional licensed professional, so everything you see in those videos are my opinions and my opinions only. If you want to follow them, thanks, but make your own research and be aware of the risk. So yes, and if you haven't already, use the link in the description below to get started on Wealthsimple. After you invested your first $100, you're going to be given a $10 on Wealthsimple to use to buy more stocks. So that's pretty much a 10% gain right there. So why not use it? So let's begin. So where to start? Where do you put your money first? So there's many choices out there, but when you are a beginner investor or who have a little budget, a small budget, t.f.s.a is the one I tend to go to. This is a tax-free savings account, so everything you put in there, if you make profit, whether it's dividend or capital gain, nothing will be taxed. So that's a very, keep in mind that the t.f.s.a, you cannot put an unlimited amount of money in those accounts. Since the program of this account launches, you can put, I think it's somewhere around 60K max, or an average of 6,000 since you turned 18. So depending on how old you are, the amount may be different. So just check that out. If you maxed out your t.f.s.a, you have lots of other option. So check that out too. The second most common would be the RRSP. So yeah, t.f.s.a is the account that I use personally when I invest on Wealthsimple. So if you want to follow along what I do, this is the route to go. But you have other option depending on your situation and where you are in life or how old you are. So just make sure to do your research. But for a small investor with little bit of money, t.f.s.a is really good for the benefits it offers. So yeah, if you want to start investing in the stock market, what is a stock? Well, a stock or a share is when you own a little piece of a company, which is called a share. You're holding a share. So on some level, you are owner of a company on a very small percentage. So when you're holding those share or stocks, you pay a price depending on what's the value on the market, which can go from pennies to thousands of dollars. So make sure to check that before you invest. All companies, stocks or share will be listed on the market under a ticker symbol, which is pretty much the name of the company on the market. For example, Apple is AAPL, TD is TD, or Tesla is TSLA. So those are the name under which you will find those companies on the stock market. It's easy to find on Google. Just type a company's name, ticker, and you will find the name. Or most time in your app, you can write the name of the company and it will show the ticker for those companies. But important to keep in mind. There is many type of investor out there. I myself am a dividend investor, but you have growth investor, day trader. Growth investor and day trader, they more buy stocks that high volatility in their price, and they buy it low, expecting the price to go up and sell back the share. But what I do is I buy a stock and hold it for as long as I can and collect dividend. What is a dividend? Dividend is pretty much a paycheck that companies give you every month, quarter, or year for holding a stock, as a way of showing you a thank you for investing in their companies. You can see that in your app under something called dividend yield or yield. Not all companies pays dividend. You have to check that and make sure they pay and how often they pay. Also, companies are not obligated to pay dividend. Most company that pays dividend, I've been paying them for a while, but keep in mind that they can stop to pay their dividend whenever they want. Most companies, like for example Coca-Cola, that have paid dividend for pretty much 50 years non-stop, are most likely not to stop, but if they want, they could. Keep that in mind. This is very important. But dividend is a very passive way to invest and collect money every month, quarter, or year. I tend to gravitate towards monthly paying dividend, but there's a lot of them out there, so check that out. I will make my next video will be 5 monthly dividend. So if you want to invest like me passively and collect money every month, check that out. Videos will be linked in the description. This is probably one of the easiest way to build a passive income with little money, because you lucky for us, since Wealthsimple open, which is the first free commission platform, you can start with as low as $1 if you want. Pretty much hard to find a stocks for $1, but if you find one, you can. One of the most common thing you will hear if you talk with some investor or people that invest in the stock market is a portfolio. Pretty simple term, but needs to be addressed. A portfolio is pretty much the combination of all the stock you own and the money you have invested. Everything in that basket is called your portfolio. So you're gonna see it pretty much on your app, or you can print it to know how many percent of each company you own and how many money you have invested in each individual stock. That's a good thing to keep track of when you invest, not to invest too much or too little in said stocks or share. So keep track of that. Very important, very basics, but one of the most crucial part of investing is keeping track of what you're doing. So that's it for today. Those are the most common terms you're gonna hear if you start investing or you are looking at some blog or video on YouTube about investing. So learn those. If you have any question about other terms or apps or whatever, feel free to write me in the comment or send me an email at my personal email in the description below. Don't forget to use the link to receive your $10 after you register on Wealthsimple and put your first $100 in the app and start investing. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Also, don't forget to join us on Discord if you want to talk with me and my investor friend about future stock we plan on buying, on what we have on our watch list, and just share with us your new investment. So yeah, link for Discord, link for Wealthsimple, email, everything in the description.